Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty empire of Onion. And this is Factorio. What in the world happened there, I'd like to know. I remember it being like that when I left. Probably was, though. I'll be honest. Okay. We've got a lot that we need to do. That much is for certain. We're going to have to get the copper over here sort of automated and transported over to... Oh, really? I thought I had some miners and stuff working over here already. I knew I wasn't electric mining over here, but I thought I had these burner mining drills set up already. Oh well, we need to get research going, is my primary concern at the moment. So, if we take a peek, the first thing we need, of course, is just regular science packs, which requires iron gear wheels and copper plates. Let's take a peek then. I guess it's automation here. Gives us the assembling machine. Seems to me then that we're going to have to just build research manually at first, which is crazy. Okay, so what does this cost? Only 10 science packs? This will give us a long-handed inserter, which is actually huge. I've been thinking about it. I need to change this up so that the iron ore is grabbed with the long-handled and the coal is grabbed with the regular inserter, and then yeah, they could be output on the other side, of course, as per usual. Okay, so let's get might as well grab all of these, why not? And then that only gives us enough for 7 science packs, but I'm sure if I just wanted to grab up all of these real quick, they can offset some of those, and we ought to have enough, yeah, for a couple of science packs there. Alright, while those are building, I think what we're going to do is end up transporting the plates over this direction, because we're eventually going to want to meet them up with the... This isn't going to work, is it? Needs power. We're eventually going to want to meet them up with the copper. We could probably come across this direction, though, because... Oh, not close enough. I wonder how many times I'm going to forget that this episode. We need to get across to the copper anyway, and so having a few of these set up in this direction is going to be necessary anyway. Anyway. Okay, so we've got the labs made, but pretty much nothing else. Let's go ahead with a bunch more conveyor belts, because we're going to need them. And then we'll go ahead and place down the labs somewhere central here. Okay, we should be able to get all 5 of them powered off this one electrical pole. There we go. And then do we already have science packs? We do. Yeah, I think I'll put half in there. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Half in there. And then we'll get researching on automation. It'll make things a heck of a lot easier. Okay. Well, that was pretty quick. Here we go. Fast inserters, underground belts, and splitters. This is the one that I would really appreciate having. Let's go for that first. And then I guess we could go ahead and get the science packs made manually for right now. But yeah, we should be able to get some automation going here pretty quickly. I've just realized too, I need coal over here if I want to smelt things down. So I need to revamp my whole setup over on this side. And part of that is going to be needing the splitters too, so I guess we need to wait on that research more or less. Alright. So now we have the fast inserters, the splitters. All of this is pretty great. I think we'll go for the basic defensive turrets. Should be fine. Yeah, and I am making science right now. But in the meantime, I think we need to rejig this whole thing here and figure out how to get it running a little more effectively. I've just realized that we're almost out of copper, so that means I'm going to need to manually smelt up some of this copper before we're able to run the coal over here to get copper plates automated. I forgot already that we're ready for the science stuff too. And it's done already, hilariously. Okay. Alright, so before we get it powered though, let's just get this set out. Let's see, we're gonna need... Yeah, one space is plenty. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to extend this a little bit. Up to here, maybe? Should be fine. And now we can get back into loading these guys up properly. Okay, and then fast inserters for the coal. And it looks like we'll have to extend this one further. There we go. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So copper is holding me back right now. I'm gonna have to manually smelt some down, like I said. There shouldn't be any kind of a problem because I do have plenty of furnaces on me. Okay, let's get a splitter. And we may want an underground belt. You know, I don't guess we really need a splitter. I could just run it under this belt and then over the top of this one. Let me see if I can figure out where exactly it's going to need to come in at. Because if this is over the top, then this would be somewhere lined up like this, coming in with coal. The furnaces would be moved down one. I think that would be fine. Okay. I wouldn't mind it going as far as it possibly can, just to keep things a little bit out of my way, more or less. There we go. So now the coal shouldn't back up quite as much right now. I guess one reason that I would use a splitter is to get the coal onto both sides of the belt, maybe. I'm wondering if that's a reasonable aspiration. Not sure. But now the coal is coming over here, so that's going to help us out. The flashing and research is distracting me a little bit. Let's go to science packs, and then, so military and steel are necessary for getting the heavy armor. Let's start out with those. Okay, we've got this a little bit strangely done, but it should be okay. Let's get the copper going first. That should be fine. And then these guys going in. Perfect. This is going to require another, let's see, 6 of these, 2 of those. Okay, now we can get this going. There we are. And so these should be running pretty constantly, I would think. Let's get one more of these and a chest going. Okay, perfect. So we'll have a little bit of copper plate storage. We've got a pretty good amount of iron plate storage already. It's storing up like crazy. I don't think any of these are actually getting past this guy, which is not exactly a good thing. Ha! I've just realized I am missing a couple of export thing, so our iron production is suffering at the moment. There we go. Now they're all working. Yeah, this will help allow some to get past, I imagine. Though not many, because it works pretty quickly, I'd say. Alright, but we do need to start automating science packs to go into here. Okay, let's do a bit of weirdness here. If we try to bring the electricity over the belt, we'll fit this on here so that we can split off the plates before they go into storage. And let's see, bring them along here. Okay, we're going to need a lot more of those. Okay, electronics is necessary for Automation 2. Automation 2 is what gives us the Assembling Machine 2, which, if I remember right, is necessary for something important that we're going to need soon. The inserters, maybe? Something like that. So we ought to get started on electronics. It requires 30, which is a little expensive, and then 80 for this one. By the time we get here, though, we should have the reds automated already. So if I craft up 30 of these science packs, then we can get electronics researched. Okay, so we should have the super simple plan here. Let's see, we're going to need the electricity to be next to this belt so that it will operate the inserters, and then we'll throw this guy right next to here. I was thinking about outputting the gears just onto the same belt. That may not be a good idea, though, because reds require yeah, the gear wheels and the plates, and nowhere does it require plates by themselves. Okay, so this is crazy, but we're gonna pull some plates out of that chest there. Yeah, we'll put the plates into here and create gear wheels, so it's doing that. I'll need a couple more of these fast inserters, probably even more. So we get this pulling the gear wheels out. We've got the plates over here. Let's tell this to make reds. And then we're going to want to run conveyor belt over to the science labs here. Nope, too close. So here we have these guys. This is fine. I'll just have to move these to run one more. And I'll have to snag these. Okay. And then we'll need to have this extract. There we go. So that should be fine. Yeah. And this is assembling quite slowly, actually. So I may want multiples of these, and I should have known that beforehand. Okay, this isn't a bad solution here. We've got them both running onto one belt. I made these long-handed inserters because I thought I was going to have to grab them from a far belt and a near belt, but I should have realized this and pictured it beforehand. This is all good, though. Let's see. Okay, we may want to move this over, however. Okay, we have that a little bit cleaned up now. Yeah, that ought to be fine. This will be fine. Okay, I actually wasn't sure that this was long enough, but it's plenty long, I would say. And I'd like to be able to destroy those, but I don't guess it's totally necessary. We just need a few more of these. Okay, here we go. Now we'll only need one of these. Oh, it doesn't know what to make yet. I was wondering why in the world it was not running. That should be fine. And we'll run these down to here. And it's fine that I made a few extra because we need them for throwing things into these labs anyway. That should be enough to cover all of them. And this one the same. We could even build another lab, as it turns out. So let's get that going. And then we'll tell these guys, go ahead and start making reds. Now I think the holdup is going to be these gear wheels. I think that they're going to be taking too long to get here in order to fill up all this stuff. So I may need one more of these assemblers making gear wheels. At least one more. In order to make this a bit more effective. Efficient maybe is the word. Alright. We finally have some automated research going. Which is pretty spectacular if you ask me. So soon enough I may be able to extend this conveyor belt around and add a couple more labs here. I'm not sure what the exact ratios are or anything like that. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you know, and I will greatly appreciate it. One other thing is, we're definitely going to need some more gear wheels being assembled because, as you may probably already know, the Science Pack 2 requires transport belts and inserters. Both the transport belts and inserters require gear wheels, so we're going to need several more of those going, to be sure. Alright, let's go for automation 2, since it's just reds, and we'll keep the research rolling here. It's a little messy, it's a little ugly, but it works for right now, so I'm not horribly worried about it. And then, as we could see, this backs up after a while, and so this chest will slowly fill up with stacks of copper, and so as we need storage, it's there and available in case I need to manually build anything. Of course, iron the same way, and it's backing up pretty good already. Okay, let's get a submachine gun going. Let's get no, let's not worry about light armor right now because we haven't even been attacked once yet, but I also wouldn't mind getting a bit of ammo going. That should be fine. Okay, so we are spreading a bit of pollution, as you can see. One thing that I wonder about is where are the biters at? Because we haven't seen anything yet, like I say, and I'm a little bit worried that they may show up all of a sudden one of these days, and it may be too late to do anything about them. So it looks like our electricity production is fine. That's a relief. And I'm pretty sure that our coal is also fine. 25k left under this one, 5.8k under this one, so we may need to move this one soon, but even just bringing it forward to this section here is going to increase that by a significant amount. So coal production right now is fine. Okay, so I'd say probably the next step would actually be to get the green researches going. To my mind, that is probably the next step. So to get that done, we would definitely need some more of these assembling machines. I'll go ahead and make all of them. And then we'll get some more of these going and see what we can do about inserters and conveyor belts. We should ideally be able to produce all these things in this area and then conveyor belt them in to right here, right above, so that they can go through all of these grabbers and get placed into the labs as they're needed. That's the dream for right now. Okay, optics is a quick one, so let's get that done and out of the way. Let's go with the steel processing probably next. Walls and gates are probably going to be pretty good. Like I say, we haven't been attacked yet, but there's always a chance. I've been thinking about it, and I may, just for my own sake, go ahead and throw down a radar at least the 3 furthest outside edges of our territories here. I'm not sure how effective these are. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. But yeah, we'll throw this guy here so that he can start ticking. This guy just doesn't quite fit on this peninsula, so we'll stick him over here. Or here in the center more area. That ought to be fine. And since the research is done, let's move on to heavy armor. And now looking out from the coal production side, we'll throw him there so that we can get a better look at what surrounds us. Now, that doesn't immediately expand our view, but after the time has ticked by for me to place all three of them down, we start seeing a bit of extra map revealed over here. There, you saw that one tick up. So slowly but surely we'll get these areas revealed around us, and eventually we will find some biters. So I'm wondering, is there a way... Output priority left? Does that mean it's going to output more? Yes, it does output more plates on this belt here. And so if it puts out enough for this belt to back up, then it will allow them to pass through this direction. So that's perfectly fine with me, because we do have a pretty good storage right now of iron plates in this box. I don't see this producing too much, per se, so I'm not too worried about that. In fact, I think it's already time for us to ramp up our iron production. Let's go ahead and get some miners going then. Okay, so it's not a huge boost to our iron production, but it is more than what we had before. Of course, this is backed up now, so that's a little bit sad, but it'll be fine. The transport belts, though, just iron gear wheel and iron plates, so we ought to be able to do that, no problem. Let's grab a couple of these inserters. We'll bring the iron over just a little bit more. Okay, this guy's going to be making transport belts. And then I have to figure out what the output is going to be. I don't think it can output it either on this top or this bottom belt, so we may have to come off the side somewhere. Oh, heavy armor has been finished for a long time too, so I'm falling a little behind on my research. Yeah, let's start out with bullet damage then. How are we looking on the discovery? Oh, this is so cool. I really like how it just gradually builds out the map like this. Okay, that's copper. I thought that was red marks for a second. But we're okay about nests for right now. Okay, we got bullet damage done. So let's go on to the next one, which will be shooting speed. It's fine with me. Okay. So that ought to be back to normal. Let's see what a reasonable... That'll feed 3 of them. Okay. And then we'll just have to have more for these down here. Okay, so long-handled inserters. Would probably be best to have it there. And then maybe another one. Wait a second. Why do I need long-handled ones? I don't think I do. Inserter right there. Then one power ought to be able to power all of these. That's good. Okay, that's done. Shotguns. And this guy ought to be making, yeah, all the cables that it can. Alright. So to get circuits going, we're going to need these plates over here. We need to output these. Which I'm pretty sure we need more power for. Okay, that ought to do. We'll put the input right here and the input right there. Okay, it did actually place. We'll run this over. Sure. And we'll tell it to make circuits. Alright, then we're going to need one of these guys. Right here at least. We'll take the circuits straight out. Is that a good idea? No. Let's take these circuits out and put them on a belt. Let's remove these so that we have this guy running on his own. We'll have one of those there. A space. Okay. So this guy is going to be making inserters. Man, this is ugly. Don't tell me. I know. That's going to start operating all of this. And so this guy is waiting on... Oh, gear wheels. Dang it. I totally forgot about those. Okay. That's okay. Let's get a splitter and an underground guy. Alright. And then we'll go this direction. Like this. We'll get this curved. Nope. We'll go straight first. Now we'll curve it down. And then this is underground guy. That's fine. We'll bring it down to here, and then we can use a long handle guy right there. Okay. So this should be producing now, inserters. Man, this is going to be really ugly now. I was thinking about outputting this one over here, and then running it. I guess I can run it next to this and around. Man, it's going to be ugly though. Okay, we need another power over here. Let's get him outputting right here. Which means we'll need another underground boy. And, yeah. Down like this. Okay. Okay, I've got the number. Let's come around this way then. And this will be the output. Oh, let's go one more. This will be the output side for these, which means that they'll be on each side of the machine here. Can I just move this one over by one? Is that going to be safe? No. It's fine enough, I guess. It'll have to do. Okay. Does this not know what to make yet? Did I never tell him? Wait a minute. Put those back. Yeah. He's waiting on plates. Oh, how did that happen? Hey, goober? Okay. Everything's very backed up now, though. Alright, these guys are rolling in, which is pretty fantastic. Now, I believe it was just a regular assembling machine that makes green research. But we're going to want about 4 of these or so. And now tell me that green research... Yeah, it's just these items. Okay. We ought to be able to accomplish this then. And it has the input and output abilities here. Okay. Now I am going to have to run kind of a loop around, I guess. Or I could have them run up and then over as an output. I think that's probably what I'll do. So we need all 7 of these plus more. What are we short on? Copper? Easy enough. Okay. Are we filling up? Yeah. Let's just grab out a bunch of copper here. That'll be fine. Oh, this is backing up because I'm not researching things. They're getting finished so quickly that I forget about them entirely. Alright, so we're gonna need insert there, insert here. And you're making green. Okay, you're making green as well. We're gonna need an insert here and here. We'll stop the conveyor belt right here. Then we'll need an export. Sure, that'll work. Okay. Perfect. Oh man, we're ready. We're ready to start green research is now. Oh, let's make sure that these guys know what they're doing. There we go. I won't expect them to back up quite as fast as the reds, or quite as much as the reds, but it is going to take a little bit of time to finish up the just red research. Once we do that, or by the time we do that, the greens will have backed up a ways, and so research can continue from that point. I think greens are consumed a little bit slower than reds, and so this production ought to eventually back up the greens, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's all the time that I have to record for this episode today. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but it works. It works for now, at least. And we have a little bit of room in case we want to expand either circuits or have something in the center here that operates on gear wheels and copper and circuits. We'll have to see how it goes, though. I'm not experienced enough with the game to know exactly what's happening or what I need to prepare for, but we'll see. I know for sure that we're going to end up having to have, blue and black research, but I don't suppose I'm going to know how to do that until we get some more research unlocked. Then I'll be able to read the recipes and figure out what we need to do next from there. We should be getting close to like piercing rounds and stuff. We have heavy armor available. We could get into steel production for sure. Maybe I'll start mining some of these off of this side, have them run this other direction, and make steel production separate from the iron instead of trying to combine it like I did in previous worlds. Also, I'm kind of looking forward to, advanced material processing. I think this is going to be a huge deal, getting these faster furnaces out to enhance our production a little bit. Oh, man. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. If you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description, and feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.